So the next video is about smart people speak less, right? And this is emotionally smart people. For instance, I'll give you an idea. Psychiatrist. When you go see a psychiatrist, you sit down. They don't do much talking. They just do the listening. And if you're in a group, yeah, and you notice someone listens more than they speak, I can almost guarantee that person is very emotionally smart. And that's because what they're doing is they're analysing the person that's speaking. They're listening to what they're saying, but they're also trying to think and understand why that person has that belief, and understand for what reason what sort of person they are. And I think this is really key, because people do things that will piss you off and put you in bad moods, and you can't control what people do. But what you can try and do is understand why that person does it. Because sometimes people don't do things because they want to be nasty to you. They do things because something's not right inside them. And it'd be wrong as a human to blame someone or be horrible to someone because they've done something that pissed you off. And really what you can do is try and help them. If you understand that they're hurting on the inside, then it helps you understand the situation if they've done you wrong. And I think this is really important. And I think if people start to do this more often, we would live in a better world, because people are able to try to understand why other people do things. And I can almost guarantee it's not because they're a psychopath. Don't get me wrong, there's people out there like that. But in most cases, they're doing it for their own reason. Like someone stealing from you, pisses you off because they stole from you, right? And that's wrong. But then and that would make you angry. But if you didn't get angry and you thought, well, actually, I wonder why they're stealing from me. It might be that they've got some sort of psychological issue and, they're addicted to stealing. They're not even doing it personally to you. They're just doing it because they can't help themselves from doing it. And how can you really blame someone for that? Because that's a mental problem that they have. Although it's going to make you angry and it doesn't make it right, it helps you personally deal with the situation moving forward, rather than just being angry and upset and pissed off at the person. And also, if you was angry and upset at them, and then afterwards you found out that maybe they stole because they didn't have any food, or they stole because they haven't got any money and they've got kids and they're trying to steal stuff to pay for stuff for their children, right? So their children can eat. All of a sudden, that anger's gone, and you think, oh my God, I can't believe this person. And you'd give it to them. Have it, take it. And that's the difference, and that's the difference in understanding and trying to think about why people do things, rather than just reacting at the fact that of what they've done or what they've said. I suppose that goes deeper into understanding other people. So it's a difficult one to teach, to understand, but I think the more you read and the more you learn about emotions and the psychology behind them, I think you can start to try to box things off and think, all right, okay. But it will definitely stop you being an irrational person when it comes to emotions, because your brain's the chimp side, essentially is what they call it, is 8 times stronger than the logical side of your brain. So it's difficult to, I think the emotional side is like 32 times stronger than the logical part. Don't quote me on those, but I think they're roughly right numbers. And that's why your emotions are so instant when you do something, right? Say for instance, you're driving in a car, yeah, and something comes close, yeah. Fright, the scare of crashing, panic happens a lot quicker than you reacting to the situation, all right? The logical thing to do, is to hold onto the steering wheel very tightly. Say for instance, if there's a deer in the road, the logical thing to do, if there's deer in the road and you're traveling at speed, is don't swerve, right? But the monkey in your brain will tell you to swerve. Your emotions are panicking because they're thinking, fuck, in a split second I'm either going to hit a deer and fuck my car up. All that stuff you think about in such a tiny amount of time is crazy. When the logical thing to do is to actually hit the deer, fucking crazy enough. Because even in the car and you swerve, you can swerve off the road, you can swerve into other drivers, you can kill them, kill yourself, kill your passengers. When you know the logical thing to do is to hit the deer and fuck your car up. As crazy as that sounds, it is. But if you was to think emotionally and think fuck deer and steer out the way, you could just be opening up yourself for way much more damage. So I think the message from this video is, if someone's doing something or saying something that you don't like or you think's a bit unusual or strange, firstly, don't judge them on it. Don't judge them. Just try and understand why that person may have that opinion or may have done that thing, because it may be for an innocent reason, and learning to try and do that, I think, will help you out a lot.